a fucking hype train before I'm even live, like during the intro? Dude, I gotta go live on Thursdays more often. Good afternoon, Jungle Squad, and welcome to a totally random pop-up Thursday stream. Sitting around the house chilling with Kelsey today, just vibing. And I kind of just have a lot on my mind related to Destiny and Bungie and whatnot. And I never stream Thursdays. I'm not scheduled to stream Thursdays, but I figured it would be a good idea to kind of hop on. Maybe just actually screw around on Twitch for the welcome raffle before I go on over just to YouTube only. So I'll make sure to provide the link for everybody, but just have a little YouTube Q&A about the future of Destiny, Bungie, my thoughts, just whatever the hell y'all want to talk about. Just kind of shoot the shit for whether it's 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour. Just kind of shoot the shit, chill. Carrots are on Twitch, but I'm not expecting to be on Twitch for long. Look at that message, though, chat. Isn't that a good message to sign on to? Thank you. Action's been taken. One of the rare good pieces of news we got from Bungie going on. Okay, we got to thank some people. Holy shit, dude. We got Gold Ninja with the 2 months. Welcome back. Noble Shogun with the 23 months. We got Pasta Chans with 7 months. Pinky is a tier 3 super sub. Bonus grenades, bonus emotes. Pinky, thanks for the 17 months. Thanks for the tier 3 super sub. Let's go, Pinky. Kit, 96 months. 8 years, chat. 8 years. He's got a diamond carrot. It's the first time you've seen a diamond carrot since 2016. Look at it. Look at it. Kit, you got to spam in chat so we can see it. That is our 8-year sub badge. That's the ultimate sub badge. It's a diamond carrot. It takes 8 years to get it. Kit's got it. Show us, Kit. Skeeter, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Thank you, Skeeter, for the 14. Herbal Creator is our top daily C with the 1,000 bits. Our bit boss is 10 health. Nice. That's also top monthly C. It's a new month. So it's top monthly. November cheer goes to you, Herbal Creator. Thank you. Deadly Solace, tier 3 super sub. Nate Crawford, tier 3 super sub. People on YouTube saying, goddamn 8 years, goddamn 8 years indeed. Thank you, Doomslayer, for the $1 cheer. You are now the bit boss. Grazzy, Nate, thank you for the tier 3s. Deadly Solace, 28 months tier 3. Nate, 30 or 58 months tier 3. Grazzy, 14 months tier 3. Assassin, 41 months tier 3. Astral, 78 months tier 3. 5 tier 3 subs? Are you fucking kidding me? Astral, Assassin, Nate, Grazzy, Deadly Solace, thank you for being tier 3s. Those are bonus grenades. Those are bonus emotes. That's just bonus support for me. Every streamer gets 70% of those motherfucking tier 3s. That's huge, dudes. It's huge. Thank you. Tier 3s are actually so supportive. Beige Ninja, thanks for 13 months. Welcome back. C's Waffle, thanks for the tier 2 big sub. Welcome back to the big sub club, C's Waffle. We have an unexpected hype train going. We do have a welcome raffle going as well. Y'all got another, why did that not work? Y'all got another 6.5 minutes on that thing. Surprise stream pog. Yeah, we gotta, here, we'll click off of that message. It's not a haircut, I just don't have my headset on. Gotcha, bitch. Jake on a Thursday? I know, dude, it's weird. And apparently we got to stream on more Thursdays. Look at this. I do think it's just going to be a short, just chatting kind of a thing here, friends. A short, just chatting kind of a video is sort of the idea that I've got today. Mojo Baggins, thanks for the 3 years. Raph, thanks for the 25 months. Thank you very much, Mojo Baggins and Raph. We got 7 Circle with a tier 3 super sub. Bonus grenades, bonus emotes. Thanks for the tier 3 super sub, dude. Why does your character look like you? You think that guy looks like me? That's the Drifter, man. It's a Drifter mask. Thank you for the tier 3 7 Circle. Another tier 3 sub. We're level 4 on a hype train. Hi over there on YouTube. It's good to see you. Chat, tell me this is weird. I don't think it's weird. If I do some very every once in a while short streams on like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and do it YouTube exclusive, do you see that as a problem? What I'm sort of thinking about doing is trying to get, because we don't have very many viewers on YouTube. Instead of doing a Twitch hour, instead I'll tell you all about how I'm on YouTube and we'll end the Twitch stream. We'll just stay live on YouTube. I think it's a good way to make it so there's sort of less stressful, more intimate, quick streams that I can do without the stress of, shit, dude, I don't have the Twitch viewership they expect of me, if you know what I mean. Seems like most people don't think there's a problem, which is good. I definitely like that. I thought you were going to just do YouTube today. Well, what do you mean, bro? I wasn't even supposed to be streaming today. I was thinking I was just going to do YouTube, but I feel like it's a good strategy to let the Twitch chat know about YouTube. Because otherwise, a lot of y'all wouldn't have known, right? You get notifications on Twitch. A lot of y'all aren't set up over there in the YouTube live. So I thought that would be a good idea. What you doing here? I don't know what I'm doing here, 3 Bakes. I'm doing a bad job of taking my day off. That's for sure. YouTube has better question submissions if you're doing Q&A. There's better opportunity for question submissions on YouTube. I'm just reading the YouTube live chat. That's all I'm doing. Bikini and hot tub stream for just chatting streams. That's not what the idea is, bro. But are there carrots and grenades on YouTube? There are no carrots and grenades on YouTube. Shit, is this the way to ease into the OnlyFans channel? It wouldn't be the worst idea. Chat, you got 4 minutes left on the welcome raffle if y'all want to hop into this thing. This guy doesn't know what a day off is. Everyone laugh at him. Stop it, man. What were the emblems given out? You mean like this one, the Bloodstream emblem? Are you here for what's happened this week? Are you here for what's happened this week? You mean, are we here to chat about what's going on in the Destiny world this week? Yes. Yes, we are. What up, Nelson? What up, Samuel? Good morning, chat. Afternoon. It's so weird for me to say good afternoon when I'm live. Like, when it's first thing to go live and it's good afternoon, it just doesn't work with my head. Let's talk about the ban confirmation again, man. One less of them. I mean, they'll just... The person who got banned, who we got notification for, they'll just hop on a new account and cheat again. That's all that's going to happen. How do you make somebody hate video? How do people make hate videos about you? I don't know very many people who make hate videos about me. Unless you mean Twitter goblins. Then there's definitely a few. JG Baby, thanks for 3 years. Welcome back, JG Baby. Chat, I don't want you to enter in your questions yet, but I want you to brainstorm a little bit about if you do have a question related to everything that's going on. What I'm thinking of just doing is just chatting with YouTube stream and just answering questions and just kind of shooting the shit about Bungie and Destiny and the future of Destiny. And I don't know. Not like I necessarily have any extra insight than any of y'all, but I know that there are going to be people who are interested in knowing my take. And I think it could be good to just kind of flush it all out. And if you guys have a specific question, airing it out. But again, not yet. Not yet. Trying to do that on YouTube in about 5-ish minutes. Jake, how much were you able to fund for the shelter? The Jungle Squad raised over $50,000. We have pictures on Instagram and Twitter from that experience together. Kelsey and I went and visited yesterday. We presented them with a check and we took pictures with them, and all of them got to thank us individually. It was really cool. It meant a lot. Obviously, $50,000 raised is incredible, but like for this small shelter that honestly was kind of just getting by, one of them messaged us directly after we visited and was like, I don't think y'all understand just how much breathing room this gives us. Like, things have been tough. There's been a lot of medical costs lately, and it's always anxiety inducing not knowing where our next like donations are going to come from. So we gave them a big cushion to be able to rely on for all the different things that they have to pay for when there's so many animals they're taking care of. Like the Jungle Squad did that. And that's awesome. It was very cool, and in person was very clear just how much of a difference we made. So, good feeling, friends. Good feeling. I believe that they are planning on making a video for us as a thank you. We obviously took pictures, and again, you can check my Twitter, you can check my Instagram to see those, but I do believe they're planning a little quick thank you Jungle Squad video that I don't know if they'll be posting it themselves or emailing it or something to me for me to give to y'all or show to you. I don't really know yet, but we'll obviously find some way for y'all to see that. Kraken, thanks for the $1.35. You are now
the Bit Boss.
Oh, why? Thank you, Kraken. Apparently, I'm going to Europe with you next year. Yo, what? Chat, we got a minute left on the welcome raffle. And then, what is the, like, here, I'll ask Stonewall. What is the YouTube live link? Do you have the YT live link? I don't understand how this works. What kind of animals do they take care of? They take care of dogs and cats. Yeah, doggies and kitties. Mr. Meow, thanks for 67 months. Welcome back, Mr. Meow. Thrash Biscuit, thanks for the tier 3.
Super sub.
Bonus grenades, bonus emotes, thanks for the tier 3. Thrash Biscuit. Assassin has the Amazon link, or the YouTube link. I think it changes all the time, but I am going to be transitioning from, just for today, from Twitch to YouTube, where we're going to do a Q&A together for the remainder of this little broadcast. Hold on. This YouTube live link is a permanent link. Maybe this link works. I'll put that in chat. Does that take you to the YouTube live stream?
If you have a utility...
Okay, I think that might be a permanent link, which would be cool. That'd be good. Chat, we got ourselves some carrots. Going on over 341 of them are going to Curtimus. If Curtimus responds within 45 seconds, Curtimus will be the winner of 341 carrots, or our fun little random welcome raffle. Some Shark, thanks for the 11 months of Prime Football. Thanks for the 88 months. Appreciate it, football. Hey, look, A Wood's over there on YouTube. Stonewall, you might want to mod some more friends. Want to mod some more YT homies. Cool. Kurtimus is here. Kurtimus is getting his 341 carats. Chat, I'm about to end my Twitch stream, but we're going to begin like the actual content today. Thank you, Wraith. Okay. I'm putting the link in chat. It's the YouTube live link. We're about to just transition, just for today, over from Twitch to there. It's going to be literally a 15-minute Twitch stream. Just a way to do a welcome raffle for fun and also get more of y'all to have the notifications for YouTube, because I think so few of you probably do have YouTube live notifications for me. So feel free to use the link I'm putting in chat. Hop on over to the YouTube side of things. I actually am realizing when I click stop streaming, I'm not no, it will keep working on YouTube. I know that because I accidentally did that the other day. So feel free to head on over there, friends. We're about to just do kind of, let's discuss Bungie, Destiny, news, Q&A, walk through some stuff. That's the idea. Thanks for joining me for a super quick Twitch stream. Go click that YouTube link and I'll see you over there. All right, so I should still be live on YouTube. I clicked goodbye on the Twitch stream, but can y'all confirm that you're still hearing me and seeing me on YouTube? Thanks again, Destiny Duels and some Shark. Made it to YouTube? Nice. You guys are still hearing me over there? Cool. Cool. Need to change my YouTube? Okay, everyone's saying that they heard me. Sweet, sweet. Hi, YouTube friends. It's so weird having a different chat open. I'm going to close my Twitch chat and we'll just expand the YouTube chat. Let's do that. Close the Twitch chat, expand the YouTube chat. This feels so strange. I love it, though. It's different. I've never been live, well, not never, but it's weird for me to be live exclusively on a different platform. Hey, Tim, thanks for subbing on YouTube. I think it's, what, $3.99 for that? Tim, thank you very much for being a YouTube member. That is badass. I'm Devious. Y'all got to rename yourself so I know who you are. Where the playlist at? There's no music over here. Oh, why is Deepbot still on? Sorry. There's no music over here on the YouTubies. We got to be a little bit safer over there. Is this a permanent change? This is not a permanent change. No. Not even close. This is going to be a short stream, friends. I just wanted to kind of walk through some stuff. Obviously, oh, 7 circle, nice. So, if this does end up as a YouTube video, hi, Jake here. I'm live on YouTube, which is different, and we're just doing a Q&A about all the Bungie Destiny stuff recently. You'd have to be living under a rock to not know about what's been happening recently. On Monday, we got news that over 8% of Bungie's employees got laid off. Tons of people that we know that are community managers that we've heard of were laid off very surprisingly and unexpectedly. News since then is leaked out about the methods by which it was done, kind of shady methods where some of it was done for like stock options reasons to like get them off before their stock options grew and get them off the insurances before a new month began. All kinds of really gross, seedy stuff. And the community's been frustrated. We also got word that Final Shape is going to be pushed back from what was originally going to be February 27th into June. And today, Thursday, we were really hoping for confirmation on that. Thursday is Twid Day. It's TWAB Day. It's the day for them to let us know what's going on in the Destiny world, the Bungie world, and their time to kind of clarify things for us. Unfortunately, what we were all really desperately hoping for, they did kind of the opposite of. They gave us an extremely quick sort of, to summarize, like, hey, this week's been hard, but trust us, bro. Final Shape will be great. Don't worry about it. They didn't confirm or deny about Final Shape being pushed back. They didn't really give us any details that we were looking for. And realistically, as a Destiny and a Bungie fan, it was pretty frustrating. The whole past few days has been frustrating, but hoping for some transparency today and getting quite literally the opposite. Getting a little slap in the face of like, hey, we're not going to really tell you anything at all, except for like, trust us, Final Shape will be great, which how can we trust them right now, especially with everything going on? It's hard to just do that. So it felt like a little bit of a slap in the face. They also signed it, the dev team, which is what, hundreds of people? It didn't sound like that actually came from somebody from the dev team. That sounded like someone who was higher up. And the higher ups are getting so much heat right now, they probably signed it as the dev team. So to just add another wrench of making it more difficult to trust them and find them credible, which sucks. But what I was hoping to do is just kind of have a Q&A and read chat, have y'all give me some ideas of questions you might have, and just sort of talk through things. The future of Destiny freaks me out. I'm fearful. The absolute legend, who I don't know by name perfectly, so I'm not going to try to guess it, but Salvatore, maybe I will try to guess it, who's made music for Bungie games since 1997, was let go, and it was confirmed that he already has finished the music for Final Shape. Therefore, if Bungie is letting this individual go, that's sort of their way of saying they're done with big DLCs. They've gotten their music for the big DLC for Final Shape. They don't need him anymore, and as awful and gross as this is, they just cut him, right? I think it's pretty much undisputed that that dude is a legend in terms of the music he makes. So they wouldn't cut him because of what he's been making or creating. It'd be because of a lack of need for him. So I feel like that's a really clear demonstration of, like, they're not planning on doing anything big after Final Shape. That's the business, right? But if they were going to be doing a bunch of episodes and a bunch of big DLCs and things that were important enough to have their own music, they wouldn't have cut the man. They cut the man. What does that tell you about the future of the game? They got their Final Shape music and now they're done with him. Think about it. I think it's a really, really, really bad example of, or demonstration for us, bad news demonstration of what it might mean for the future of the game. It's also just bad. It's just rough. I feel bad for the guy. But, you know, what else does it mean? It's hard to know. Thank you, Moon, for the $1.99 over here on YouTube, dude. There is no future. We just have to enjoy the ride. We've been told from the beginning that Destiny is a 10-year game, right? For those who weren't here originally, we were pretty much told immediately Destiny was a 10-year plan. They made Destiny 1 for 3 years. We're coming up on year 7 now of Destiny 2. So we're a year away from the end of our 10-year stretch. September 2014 to September 2024 would be those 10 years. And I think Bungie's really just planning on that being the case. We've got our big final DLC coming in 2024. I believe they're going to give us episodes, which are going to be like sort of less exciting seasons until there aren't enough people interested in Destiny for it to be worth it for them to keep producing. And a lot of people wonder, like, why? Destiny's such a big moneymaker for them. Why? I don't have the answer for why. If this is the case, if they do give up on Destiny and they're just going to bleed out episodes until people are sort of over with it or done with it, I don't have the answer for why. I can guess. I do think that their game is vastly too large now, and every time they try to fix one little tiny piece of their game, they break 18 other things and the servers go offline for freaking hours, right? It's such a vastly big, complicated game now that it's impossible for them to add to it or fix it without breaking other things. So they need to find a way to get out of that. I would hope and think maybe a new Destiny would have made sense for them, but I think most of us are well past the place of thinking that that's in our future. All good things must come to an end, and yeah, if that's the case, that's the case, but we can probably all agree we would hope for a really exciting, climactic, feels good ending rather than everyone gets laid off and Bungie delays things and doesn't tell us things and we have this really unsatisfying conclusion. Nobody wants that. Nobody who's a fan of this game, nobody at Bungie, nobody wants a 10-year game to have a really lame, sad conclusion. Even if all good things must come to an end, you would hope it would come to an end with a bang and have it be this big, epic conclusion. Jake, could the potential demise of Destiny affect your plans to move to Europe? Would it hurt your career? Yes. If Destiny just dies, of course it hurts my career. I'm pretty grounded in this game, and I've definitely demonstrated my ability to stream other games with an audience. I think there's a lot of very, very cool people who hang out in my stream, whether I'm streaming Destiny or Fortnite or MLB The Show or Crackdown or whatever weird games I might play. We've got a lot of people that hang out no matter what. But I certainly have more viewers when I'm playing Destiny and more viewers when I'm playing Trials. So Destiny dying, Trials dying, if these things are to happen, which I expect them to in the next 12 to 18 months, that would definitely negatively impact my stream. However, if you weren't paying attention, I did announce moving to Europe and kind of going a little bit less hard on the streaming for the beginning of 2025. In other words, I kind of looked ahead in the future with Kelsey and sort of saw this coming, we both expected Destiny to sort of be taking a little bit of a backseat in our life right around that time already. So this actually just kind of reinforces my decision. It reinforces this idea that I had of like, I think Destiny is going to be slowing down a little bit. And of course I could just go hard and start doing 70 hours instead of 50 hours a week on Twitch, trying to stream other games. But I've been doing this for, at that point, it will have been 10 years. I'm really satisfied with what I've done. And I'm very confident that I can continue to be a full-time streamer without investing stupid hours. So I think that in 2025, this idea of moving to Europe, slowing down the content a little bit, but continuing to be a full-time streamer, it's going to be a really good test as to whether or not I can keep doing it while kind of dabbling in other games here and there. And I do think that what we've learned about Bungie and Destiny over the last week, and in August when they kind of made it sound like this final shape might be their final big DLC, I think that my decision to do this has been reinforced, realistically. Let me look at a DM from Stonewall. We can start a Q&A feature live on YouTube. Want to test that out? I don't know how to do that. I'm down to try it, whatever that means. There's ads? We got an ad mid-sentence? Oof. Oof. I'll stop talking. Smile. Yeah, I mean, Stonewall, whatever that means, we can test it. For sure. Where, I had a tip or something. I want to scroll up and find that. $3.69 from Grey Wolf. Bless your face, Jake. Yo, thanks, Grey Wolf. Let's see if I can tag Grey Wolf. That was cute of them. They did a little tip thing. Members shouldn't get ads. Why do members get ads? All right, so we're taking a quick little break in this Q&A so that Stonewall can maybe figure out how to officially do that. I don't know. Officially do some kind of a Q&A thing that I didn't know existed. I was going to say some shit, but I think I'll just keep my mouth shut. Yo, what the hell? What questions or concerns you have about things at Bungie recently? Whoa, I don't know if I like this. Hover. I don't know how to find... That took over my entire chat. I don't even know where to find things now. Whoa, that's weird. I don't know if I like it. I don't even know where to find things. I see nothing besides my question. Stonewall broke it. Stonewall broke it, chat. This is all I see now. It's just an empty chat. There's just nothing there. Oh. Freddy says, oh, neat. Okay, so that's there. Hi, Freddy. Oh, neat. So I guess you're supposed to ask questions. Do you have questions or concerns related to Bungie and the future of Destiny? Somebody asked me, what is your biggest concern with Trials now? Well, my biggest concern with Trials has always been population. The better the population for Trials of Osiris, the more successful the playlist and the more enjoyable the playlist. When a big DLC comes out, you have a big population, and then each week after the big DLC, the population drops little by little by little by little by little. Of course, there's weeks where it goes up. If like a new season comes out or a weapon people really want is the Adept. But for the most part, the trend is the downward trend after each big DLC. The concern is that there's only one big DLC coming out in the future of Destiny. We're only going to have one more uptick in the player population. Other than that, it's going to be only down. And that means sweatier matches, laggier matches, matches against the same teams, easier to stream snipe, so many negatives. And also, if it does get pushed back 4 months, the final shape that is, that just means that the 4 months between February and June, February 27th and June, are going to be detrimental to the playlist. There's going to be not very many people playing. So this news just makes me think Trials will be even worse than it already is in the coming months, especially between February and June. And then if it's only one ever big DLC again, I don't see Trials lasting for more than maybe 6 or so months after that big DLC. I don't see any reason why it would be a populated playlist at that point. Do you think Bungie would do anything like they did in year 3 of D1? What did Bungie do in year 3 of D1 that you're referring to? Make Rise of Iron? I don't really know what you mean. I don't have Bungie questions, but if I did, it would pop up here. Yes, I don't see the normal chat anymore. I just see the Q&A chat. What do you think about Checkmate Trials? Would that be a good idea? I certainly think it'd be a good experiment. I don't know why they wouldn't try it. They've gotten so much positive feedback about Checkmate that I do think adding it in for a Trials lab, as they've done with so many things, would be a really good idea, and I assume they will do that at some point. I have no idea when, and they haven't said anything that makes me sure of that. But Checkmate's been so popular, I have to feel pretty confident they'll try it out as a lab at some point. Do you think removing skill-based from the game would help? I have a hard time answering that because there's so many different opinions. For me personally, yes, I would enjoy the game more. For every individual, it just it depends, and it differs. What do you think about the marathon and the news related to marathons? This is a good question because it's related to the last few days. We got news on Wednesday that basically Bungie had shown a marathon to a bunch of Tarkov players. And keep in mind, an extraction, looter, shooter, whatever it's called, Tarkov is that, marathon is going to be that. So there's a reason why Tarkov players make sense. And apparently the Tarkov players unanimously decided they didn't really like it. The reason I don't think this is that big of news is a few reasons. One is Bungie games are nothing like Tarkov. I get that looter, shooter, extraction, whatever, they're supposed to be similar. But from everybody who's played Tarkov and has talked to me, I don't see Bungie's games being related to Tarkov outside of it just being an extraction, looter, shooter, whatever. I don't think that it's that closely tied, and therefore I don't think that their opinions are that important, especially when you consider that this is something that happened a while ago, and we're still at this point in time over a year from marathons. So what? When they were shown this, they were a year and a half out from the release of marathons, still crazy amounts of time to work on it. I don't think that news was as devastating as a lot of people think. And I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. It felt like there were people looking for drama because all the stuff around Bungie is everybody's just wanting to find drama. And that felt like another point of like, let's just find some drama. I'm not as worried about it as other people. Will I play Marathon? I'm absolutely going to try Marathon. I never really had any intentions of doing what I've done in Destiny. I knew I was going to try Destiny back in 2014. I had no idea it was going to turn into this 10-year journey that I was just obsessed with. I have no idea with Marathon. I'm going to try it. I don't know if it's going to be a 3-day thing and I'm like, I don't really like this. Or if it's going to be a 3-week thing and I'm like, I don't really like this. Or if it's going to be a freaking 10-year thing that I just get obsessed with. There's no way for me to know until we actually see it, play it, and really get involved in it. But I am planning on making content around Marathon and at least giving it a shot. It's tough for me to try to navigate all of these questions. I think I just like regular chat more. Click above your chat where it says questions, go back to your chat. Click above your chat where it says questions, go back to your chat. Live chat. Oh, interesting. You can't see this chat? Yeah, now I can. Okay, so I can go back and forth. I can click live chat and questions. Oh, chat, look at this. See this? Questions tab. Boom. Then I can go to live chat tab. Boom. Then I can go to fan funding. Oh, these are all the things that I missed. Cool. Thank you, Ben, for becoming a subscriber. Moon and Grey Wolf, I already thanked you for those, but Seven Circle and Ben becoming members on YouTube. Thank you. Live chat. This is interesting. Do y'all know if members get ads? I have no idea whether members get ads or not. Tarkov's a great game, but too involved when it comes to the market. I don't have that amount of time to learn it. I don't think you're going to have that much time to learn it. I don't think you're going to have to spend a bunch of time learning Marathon. I don't think it's going to be the same. Members do get ads? That's stupid. Members should not get ads. We should be able to set a system up where members don't get ads. I wonder if that exists somewhere in my settings and I just need to find it. Because that should not be the case. That is for sure. So we've talked about this week and what feels bad about this week and how they didn't manage the whole laying off and transparency well, and the Marathon news, and how they didn't really do a good update today and give us any information or whatever. But I'm still curious if there are other like questions. I'm going to scan back to the questions tab now that people, I keep seeing the why Europe question. That's a different video. We already discussed Europe and our idea of taking time to travel. I'm not really planning on diving into that right now. This is more of a like Bungie Destiny Q A moment. I guess I'll skim through some of these questions and just choose my favorite. All right, this is an interesting one. As a fellow D1 player, are you going to continue to support a company who doesn't seem to care about their players or workers? I love this franchise, but I think I'm done. What are your thoughts? That's an interesting question for sure. And And maybe I have a really toxic mentality around this, but I have a hard time imagining me, myself, my one person having enough of an impact for it to really matter too much. It's less that I want to support Bungie and therefore buy the final shape, and it's more that I personally, selfishly want to see this big final conclusion DLC. And I'm frustrated by everything that's going on at Bungie, and I'm frustrated by their way of communicating it with their fan base, and I just feel very, very disconnected from the company that I've been such a big fan of since Halo 2. But for me, I don't want to refund. I don't want to turn away. I want to see the end of this 10-year journey that I believe the final shape is sort of going to fill the role of. Yeah, there's so many interesting ones. Do you still feel motivated to play Destiny, even with the climate surrounding the company as of late? Motivated? That's maybe a hard word for me to sell. The motivation for me playing Destiny has nothing to do with Bungie and realistically very little to do with Destiny. It has a lot to do with what I've built my career around. And before you think that means just financially, that means the carrot system I have on Twitch too, where people have been saving up carrots to win an auction to go flawless with me. And whether it's with me in gold or me into Fizzle or me in Fancy or me in Nighthawk or Zorbic or whoever you might name, there's a lot of people, I mean lots of people who've been saving up carrots for the hopeful day that they can win that auction or even just gamble in a raffle and win that raffle to have this flawless journey with me. I do not want to ever have an abrupt end to that. I feel like it's my duty to everybody who's watched my stream and decided to save up carrots to give everybody that chance of doing that, or at least them having a long enough heads up that it might be coming to an end. Instead of me just being like, abrupt, Trials is done, Bungie sucks, and I'm moving on. I'd rather we play Final Shape, and I sort of look down the road and realize we maybe only have Trials for like 4 months, and then I can give that warning of like, hey friends, the next 4 months, that's your last time to win auctions and raffles, so make sure you get it. You know what I mean? So that's my motivation. It's getting as many people flawless as possible. It's making it so I didn't give a false promise when people were saving carrots. I don't want people to be saving for years and then me just be like, haha, LOL, Bungie sucks, I'm done. They might have some frustrating ways of communicating with their audience. I don't want to be similar. I want to be very transparent and very thorough with mine. So that's actually my main motivation, is there. Less Destiny, less Bungie, and more my carrot system in my stream. Trying to go back and forth between chats is crazy. Saying they don't care about their workers is very over the top. Layoffs happen literally every day, and nothing they did is out of the ordinary. I'm not totally sure I agree with you there. I do agree that Bungie is a business. A lot of people seem to forget that. They have to make money. They have to have a profit. And apparently they were like 45% lower than their projections, which, why were your projections so insanely high? Like, what were you thinking? But I still do think that there is a better way that they could have gone about all of this. They could have given more heads up to the people they were laying off and prepared them instead of what sounded like a complete blindside to everybody. They could have done a good job at communicating with their audience, that's us, their player base, their community after the fact. Maybe talk about some of the things that are going on behind the scenes. Transparency's always been something that everybody has asked for from Bungie. They've had eras in their 9 years as a Destiny game, as a Destiny maker, where they've been really good about transparency. They've had eras where they're really terrible with it. To me, it feels like everything about how they've managed this from the consumer side has been terrible, especially when you have a Twitter account and you can see so many of the Bungie employees and their very, very uncensored thoughts on the subject. It seems like they did a horrifically bad job of navigating all this. Yes, they are indeed a company. They need profits. I get it. It just doesn't seem like they did it in a good way, and they're not doing a good job in the 4 days since of making the community feel better about it or more secure about it. Each passing day where they basically say nothing and don't do anything to fix it just feels like they're even further and further and further disconnected with us. Keep in mind, I've never owned some big company with a bunch of employees I don't really know the ins and outs of how to navigate it. And I think myself, as well as a lot of people, probably judge too harshly, as we know nothing about how that actually all works. However, I'm still totally entitled to how I feel about everything. That's how I, and I think tons of people from the Destiny community, feel about it. And I stand by it. Trying to go back and forth between the questions and the random. God, the questions are flowing. Let me see if I missed any fan funding. I didn't, because I don't want to miss anybody who becomes a member. I'm going back to the questions tab. What do you think at this point Bungie could do to try to fix their relationship and trust with their community? What sort of thing could they do that would even satisfy you? Really good question. Really good question. Because I think a lot of people will never really forgive Bungie. I don't know what to attribute that to. I think that the internet in general, and I've experienced this as a streamer, who will have things that I said once upon a time from 7 years ago called back in anytime anything about me comes up. I think people on the internet have a really hard time of forgiving. There's a lot of focus. This is unfortunate, but it's true. There's a lot of focus around negativity. Negativity gets more eyes and more attention. And positive things are very often overshadowed by the negative and the bad. I think a lot of people in this community, as a result of everything that's happened the last few days, will never fully trust Bungie again and will never really feel good about Bungie again. I'm a little bit different. I feel like I am good at forgiveness. It's not always something I've been good at, but I've practiced it a lot. What can they specifically do for me to feel good about the company again and really trust them again? That's a really hard answer to come up with. I think it's just one step at a time. I can't think of one overarching, like, Bungie does this and I now love them. I think it's a bunch of little steps that they need to take to continue to demonstrate to us that they actually have their community's best interest at heart, that they actually are planning on making good content and keeping transparent about what that content will look like and what the future of Destiny will look like. Instead of closing doors and having it so we're just guessing as to what's going on in the company, the only way that I'll really feel good about them going forward is if they open those doors again. Let us see in, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it doesn't feel good, let us see in what's happening, why is it happening, what's the future look like, what are you planning and why. Let's actually have open dialogue again so we can begin to build that trust back. What happened today with their posts of basically just being like, this week sucked, but the future's going to be good, bye, was the opposite of that. It was that feeling again of what they used to be like with the closed door. We don't say anything to you. We're above you, Destiny community. We're up here, you're down here, and that's how it's going to be. If that's how it's going to be, they're not getting my trust or my respect back. If they open back up that door, little by little, I think they probably can for me, but maybe not for anyone else or everyone else. Chat, thanks for being here. This is new for me. I'm navigating across multiple YouTube chats, trying to catch up with chats and questions and all kinds of stuff, while also discussing a topic that I'm not necessarily an expert on. I know a lot about Destiny and a lot about this game and Bungie and whatnot, but I don't know the inner workings of what's been going on behind the scenes. So I'm not an expert. So hopefully this has been interesting in some way, and hopefully I'm doing a decent enough job of trying to navigate all this, but I'm not going to pretend that this is something I've done before. Having this many different YouTube like chats to choose from is overwhelming. And today's supposed to be my day off. So it's a little extra of a curveball for me. But happy Thursday, and thank you all for tuning in. I do believe this will end up being a YouTube video. I'm still going to try to find more questions, but it's not necessarily that easy. Julian, you got to stop asking why you're up. Oh my God. It's trying to catch up everything. That was actually a question from 11 minutes ago. It just tried to like catch up so much stuff. Let me read a few of these things. Usually on Twitch, I just read comments out loud and just go for it. Let me like read in my head like 6 or 7 of these questions and choose 1 or 2 that I think are the best. Okay, one question I want to answer. I've seen some people saying we need to start spending more so that layoffs won't happen. or that it's our fault for allowing this to happen? Do you have any thoughts on that? I have made jokes on Twitter about how we didn't buy enough silver. Darn, it's our fault. Realistically, it is absolutely never our fault as the players and the consumers. It is 100% a issue within the company themselves. There should be none of us who feel pressure that we need to buy DLCs, that we need to buy silver, or things will just get worse. You play the game you want to play. If you want that ornament, you buy that ornament. But none of us should feel any pressure to be financially supporting Bungie to try to prevent layoffs. It is a mismanagement of projections, most likely, and who knows what else inside the company that's led to this happening. It's not the gamers and the consumers' fault. If you were Bungie, how would you have handled layoffs differently? I just was discussing that. I have no idea. I have never worked within a company. I've never fired or laid anybody off. So it's really hard for me to know. I do know that seeing the frustration from all their employees on Twitter, they didn't do a good job of it. How would I have done it? I have no idea. I feel like each person is such a case-by-case scenario that's way too complicated of a question for me to even take a guess at, realistically. If Bungie called a summit with a bunch of content creators and community members to discuss things, do you think you could go in with a positive mindset? Positive mindset? That's a unique concept. Open mindset, yes. I could certainly go in with an open mindset, willing to learn, willing to listen, and willing to come up with questions based off of whatever we're discussing. I don't think I would want to go in with a positive attitude no matter what. The idea behind summits shouldn't be positivity. It should be grounded, realistic feedback and conversation. So if I were invited to a summit, yes, I genuinely believe I could go in with an open mindset, ready to discuss things, but it wouldn't be falsely positive. Do you think being able to create maps as a community like the Halo days would be the best thing for Crucible? So this is less of a Bungie Q A and more of a let's talk deep details about Destiny. I've always said that a Forge mode in this game would be an incredible thing. However, I don't think that they have the ability to give us a Forge mode. When they can't nerf a SMG without breaking 8 other things and putting the game into 4-hour maintenance, there's no way they can give us this open concept where we can build whatever we want. One of my favorite memories of gaming history is warthog races on these maps that were built in Halo Forge, where you were up in the sky on these crazy custom racetracks that a player themselves built. One of my favorite memories of gaming. Always have thought that in Destiny would just be game changing to the point where I maybe would always have fun with the game. But I don't think that that's a realistic thing to ever expect or hope for. I'm going to go from questions to live chat and look at the live chat for a hot sec. Sarge, thank you for the $2, I don't even know what to call that. Is that a tip? Thank you, Sarge. Yo, we got Striker1 with a new member. We got Joshua with a new member. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Striker. Astral with a $5 fucking thing. Couldn't find how to become a member, but here's money. How do you not know how to become a member? Thanks for the $5 thing, Astral. Jordan, thank you for the $5 as well. So thank you to everybody who supported over there. Genuine question, how do you think if your limited knowledge of the game / dev PR, blah, blah, they could have cut costs and extended in a way you would have been okay with? I don't think I can answer these questions. I hope that there are not other Destiny content creators who even tried to answer these questions. We know nothing about the budgets in Bungie. We know nothing about the costs in Bungie. We know nothing about the dev work in Bungie. We're just closing our eyes, spinning in circles, and throwing darts if we try to answer questions like that. It's just unethical. I have no idea. And I can't try to answer that question without just being a jackass. I'm sorry. Okay, let me go back to the live chat. Hi, live chat. That's called a super chat, Jake? Okay. It's called a super chat. Unfortunately, many of your peers are making all kinds of wild claims. That sucks. That sucks. They shouldn't be doing that. We, including you, not just content creators, but the people who are also just the gamers and players and the people that make up the vast majority of the community, we should not be pretending to be experts on the subject. And it happens so often, especially on Twitter, where people just assume or pretend to know everything. They're the experts in what they say and what they think goes. And We're allowed to have opinions and we're allowed to feel frustration. I'd be surprised if you're a Destiny player and you're not frustrated this week. But I don't think it's fair for us to be acting like we understand everything and know exactly how we should have managed or they should have managed. Like, it doesn't feel right. Kelsey's in here, just with the name Kelsey Strauss. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. We have a lot of YouTube viewers right now. This is the most YouTube live stream viewers we've ever had. We have 650 people watching, which is pretty cool. Did ads just play again? So I'm really good at navigating ads on Twitch, but I have no control on YouTube, which will actually be a good way of demonstrating just how good I am at it on Twitch. I'm really good at it on Twitch, friends. I didn't get an ad, but that's good. That's good for sure. Yo, Xavier, thanks for the $5 super thanks. Super chat? Super thanks? Chat thanks? Their first super on a live stream. Xavier, their first super on a live stream. What are your thoughts on the history of we're listening? Do you think Bungie, for the most part, actually listens to player feedback? Xavier, I do think Bungie listens to player feedback. However, I think that feedback is a lot less agreed upon than you may think. Very often on Twitter or on Twitch, people share the same opinions. You've got the very dedicated player base posting their opinions on Twitter, or the very dedicated player base being streamers on Twitch and YouTube. So you often think everybody feels the same way. How could Bungie not be listening to this? But very often the less super player base, the more casual player base, doesn't agree with a lot of the takes that the more super player base has. I think Bungie does their best to navigate managing all the different feedback they get. And I know specifically some of my ideas directly have been implemented into the game. Ideas that I gained either just from myself or from reading YouTube and Twitch and kind of coming up with what I feel like would be a good idea. I know they listen. I know it at times feels like they don't listen. And I do think that we're maybe seeing this last week a issue of maybe some of the people that were working on the game were listening, while some of the higher ups didn't let them go forward with ideas. That's a narrative I've seen on Twitter in the last few days with all this new Bungie news, is that there were times where it sounded like some of these devs had things they really wanted to do that they thought would really fix the game or make the game better, that they had learned from their feedback from their player base, and that the higher ups were like, nah, you can't do that. Execs were like, no, while the devs were like, please. Now, I don't know exactly where I heard that from, and I don't know how credible that is, but it is a narrative that it's been passed along Twitter and had many, many eyes on it. So I think it probably is credible. I think it was maybe Paul Tassi who tweeted it out. So yeah, maybe the Bungie devs listen, but the Bungie execs don't want to. And if that's the case, it's a good example of the issue within Bungie and why the trust of the community is so severed at the moment. There's actually a full article about the devs wanting to improve. It's probably from Paul Tassi, right? I'm telling you, dudes, the thing that does it for me the most out of anything is the Salvatore thing. And sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. But a guy who undisputedly made incredible soundtracks for Bungie games since 1997 across Halo and across Destiny. The fact that he essentially did his job for Final Shape and then Bungie was like, later. Not only does that, and we don't have all the details, but I think we have enough. Not only does that just feel so freaking wrong, but it also is just such a freaking clear indicator that this is their last big DLC. For those who have been doubting Bungie's Destiny's future, this should make it less difficult to doubt. This should make it more obvious. The man created the epic music for Final Shape. They don't see a reason for him to still be there. Why would they not have a reason for him to still be there if they're planning on continuing to make Destiny content years and years and years and years down the road? To me, that doesn't make any sense, and it's such a very, very clear indicator. This is it, dudes. I could be wrong. I want to be wrong. But that's my take. All right, let me go back from live chat to the questions tab. It's so weird navigating between them. And every time I do that, this happens. Like, what the fuck is this, man? Ah! It's overwhelming. My donor name is different than my Twitch name. Wondering if that was why I didn't get an emblem. John Bailey, there's only one person who didn't get an emblem who was in the top 25 donators. And that was Atlas Apollo, because their whispers were turned off. Everybody else, I believe, got their emblem. If you're on that list, you should have gotten your emblem. That was for the charity that we did. Do you think 343 Industries will view this as an opportunity to hire former Bungie devs who worked on Halo to work on Halo again? No idea. Too many questions for me. I don't know if the people who were at Bungie were the people who even used to work on Halo. I don't know if 343 has the budget to bring out a bunch more people. So I would just be guessing with that question. And this is why this Q&A is interesting, because I'm not an expert in the field. I'm an expert in the streaming field, and I have a lot of experience with Destiny, and I like to think of myself as a pretty logical and sound person. So I think that I can help lead a conversation like this in a good way, but I certainly am not an expert on the ins and outs of companies like that. So I can't really provide insight there. If their belief is that Final Shape was just okay and not great, how long do you think they will actually need to make that change to make it so it's great? I also, again, I just don't know, NYC Monster. I would want to believe that when they give us a date, February 27th, and it's 6 months out, that they have the resources and the power to bring us that big DLC on the day that they told us. But this would be like the fourth time in the last 7 years that they've had to delay a DLC or something like that. They've done it pretty frequently. June, 4 extra months. That's literally double the time. Between now and February 27th, between February 27th and June, that's double the time. I would want to believe that that's enough time for them to produce a really, really good DLC for us, but I would just be guessing there. First time commenting, long time viewer. What up, dude? Didn't 343 just lay off a bunch of people too? Yeah, see, maybe. Yeah, maybe, Astral. I would hope not. Okay, I'll fix that, says John Bailey. Yeah, sorry, John. I don't know exactly who you are from the top 25 donors list, but I swear to goodness, I did whisper every single one of them. Don't use the YouTube stream as a place to figure this out. If you're on that list of donors and you didn't get your Bloodstream emblem, let's go when we're live on Twitch tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'll be live the next 5 days on Twitch doing trials carries. On there, with your normal Twitch names, bring up the issue of you don't have your emblem, and we'll work it out. We'll work it out, my friends. Just gonna keep scrolling back and forth between chats trying to figure this out. I think I'm gonna be probably saying GG's here soon, though, friends. I feel like we've hashed out a lot. I'm gonna leave the questions chat. I'm gonna end Q&A. I don't like this. I'm gonna go back to just the normal chat. Back to normal chat. If y'all have any like things you really wanted to discuss or things you really wanted me to read, try to get it out now. I do apologize. Usually chat's easier to read when it's quick messages. When they're detailed questions that I spend 2 minutes talking about, obviously a lot more things are going to get missed. So I do apologize for that, because one of my least favorite things is missing chat. But when you're one question and then 2 minutes to talk about it, there's no way to get to everybody. I recalled the Fizzle Disclosure era. Oh yeah, dude. Will there be a Destiny 3? I really don't think so. I do think it would have been a decent idea for them, but I do not think it will happen at this point. Why aren't you streaming on Twitch? I wanted to do a YouTube stream. Try out, maybe show people on Twitch who have never tried YouTube Live. Show them that you can come over here and experience this. I didn't see an issue with it. I should have probably been on this the entire time. I screwed up. This should have been what I had on for the entire conversation today. Oops. That would have been better. But that's okay, because literally all we got is the fucking Destiny background. Like, why did we have to have this full screen? It should have definitely been this. Oh, well. Excuse me. Thoughts on DMG's comments? DMG's tweeted so much shit in the last 3 days, I have no idea which thing you're referring to. The incentive to spend money is to highlight it. Well, no, I don't think that spending money. Well, actually, yeah, I did read this, the people who were tipping. I'm sorry. Redo it all. Just redo the whole thing. We'll do it again. Restart stream. Cool. Jay, do you think adding abilities and supers and whatnot would be better for the consumer side of Destiny funding, or would it be too game breaking? I think Destiny is too big. We kind of touched on it already. They fix an SMG and it breaks the game for 4 hours. I really believe that Destiny has reached its final shape in this coming year, and that them trying to do crazy things like adding a whole new subclass and super and whatnot is just going to further break the game. It's already so big and so complicated. I don't think they can realistically do that. That's why they've been vaulting like entire locations and strikes and things, because they can't keep up. They can't have it be filled with this much stuff. They have to keep limiting it. If Destiny dies, what are you going to stream? We'll play it by ear, my friends. As I've done for my entire life. We take whatever knowledge and whatever info we have, and we make the most out of it. We make the best decisions we can based on it. Just going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep riding out Destiny and Trials as long as I can, as long as it feels good. And if there is a day, which I think will happen in the next 12 to 18 months, where that no longer feels viable, then we stop and we go to whatever makes sense. And we'll probably kind of figure that out as Destiny dies. If it dies, we'll kind of figure it out as we go. Will Carrots still be a part of your stream? Yes, Carrots will always be a part of my stream. To touch on multi-streaming, what are your plans with Kick and YouTube streaming? Just keep simulcasting while doing trials and stuff? Kick, TBD. I'm not sure I'm going to keep messing with Kick. TBD. YouTube, probably continue to multicast with Twitch. And then the other thing like you're seeing now is maybe an occasional rare YouTube only stream. Whether it's on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays for an hour or 2 or 3 here or there. I see YouTube as a good opportunity for me to do a casual thing. Twitch, there is this thing called sponsorships that I get on there, and they like to look at your average viewership. So if I were to go live on a random Wednesday evening to just like fucking chill with the Jungle Squad for 2 hours, that would be really bad for my metrics if I did it on Twitch. Whereas if I did it on YouTube, I don't care if we have 6 people or 600 people watching me. It makes no difference to me on YouTube. So I could use YouTube as a platform to just kind of chill instead of feeling like I need to get good viewership numbers. And I see myself utilizing that every here and there. Jake, you're a real one. Nice to have somewhere to vent. I'm glad that y'all have found this as a good opportunity to either ask questions or just shoot the shit with people in chat and vent. I'm glad that y'all had that. Friends, I'm going to head out. It's been an hour. I just wanted to chat. I just wanted to rant. I just wanted to vent. I hope it wasn't lame. I hope you didn't have questions that didn't get unnoticed or unanswered. I feel like we touched on everything I have any knowledge about and any opinions about. So I don't know what sitting here and just kind of like shooting the shit about stuff we've already talked about will do for anybody. I don't really see any upside. This will probably end up being a YouTube video, not the entire thing, but Stonewall will probably edit it down and have this Bungie Q A as a YouTube video. I know that a lot of other YouTubers did this. I hope that I did it in a different way. To be completely honest, I haven't watched any of those videos. None of them. So I don't know if it's a repeat of them, but I do hope that I provided a different take on it, a different vibe, different concepts. I hope it was better. Or different, if just different was all we needed. Friends, thank you very much for watching. It was a nice speedy hour. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully you enjoy the YouTube video. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Thank you to everybody who became a member here on YouTube. That is very cool of you. I will be live tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be doing trials carries. Tomorrow it's Arbitizer and I. Saturday it's Fancy and I. Sunday it's Gold and I. Monday it's DeFizzle and I. I'll be live tomorrow at 8 a.m. We'll be doing trials carries. I look forward to it. I'll see you in there. And we'll go live on YouTube as well. Twitch is where we'll be mainly doing our thing, but we'll have the YouTube multi-streaming on as well. Thank you very much for your time today, friends. And Marcos with a $10 super to end the thing. Let's go, Marcos. Thank you for the $10 super thing. Later, Jungle Squad. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Goodbye, friends.